After an exciting couple of weeks in Charlotte, we now move on to Pennsylvania and to Pocono, the Tricky Triangle for the Top City Travel Pocono Raceway 80, even though it's 70 laps. But we're here live again from the Tricky Triangle. This is the SOMO Racing League Portside Jaguar and Land Rover Cup Series. Just want to go through some sponsors there. Tonight's race has been sponsored by Top City Travel. If you want to book yourself a decent vacation, then go to Top City Travel. They will give you a decent vacation price. Just book your vacation at topcitytravel.com and they will get you hooked up. Also want to give a shout out to United Real Estate. If you're looking for a home or you're looking to sell your home, go to United Real Estate. They will get you a decent price. Also want to give a shout out to Coffee and Glitter Mom. If you want a decent cup for your barbecue this summer, then go to www.facebook.com/Coffee and Glitter Mom. A couple of other sponsors I want to talk to you about is PZ Overlays. If you want to overlay like the one you see on tonight's broadcast, then go no further than Mr. Paul Zota, otherwise known as PZ Overlays. You'll find him on Facebook. And finally, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention our support for pulmonary hypertension awareness. Pulmonary hypertension, one of the most difficult to diagnose diseases in the medical profession. Doctors always find it difficult to initially diagnose this disease, and usually by the time people find out they've got it, it's usually too late. So if you want to find out more, if you want more information, or even if you want to throw out a donation, then go no further than phaware.global. Not the one I wanted. Anyway, Sam Cooper Bennett is here up in the booth with you as always for SOMO. Joining me in the booth tonight is a man that's returning from a few weeks away, Mr. Tyler Vickery. Tyler, how are you doing tonight?
I've been good. I'm actually excited to watch this race. I've been doing some racing, had some bowling tournaments recently, so that's why I've been away, but I am back.
Absolutely, it's good to have you back. What are your thoughts on tonight's race? It's going to be one hell of a barn burner.
Yeah, I jumped on the track as a ghost car myself. I gotta find out if it's the definite setup from Pocono, because boy, it's difficult to drive. I mean, I was probably about, I don't even know how, I want to say I was right about in between Glockner and Gameforth with my fastest time. It's the way these guys are running the carts, you gotta really hit the right line. If you make one simple mistake, you're gonna be in the wall early.
Absolutely, and it's going to be a difficult track for these guys. I mean, Charlotte is difficult in one way, but Pocono is different in another way, and we'll soon find that out tonight. Definitely 1 and 3 will be calamity corners tonight, as we look forward to 70 laps here, live from Pocono. Now, before we go to our live qualifying, let's go through our current points standings right now. Adam Baker still sitting at the top of the standings, 89 points ahead of Keith Mayato, who's won 5 races this season. He sits in second, Joe Mitchell third, Seth Hatchell fourth, Lupe Gonzalez jumping up 3 spots to 5th place after last week's race at Charlotte. 6th place is Aaron Mulrooney Jr., 7th is Chris Simard, 8th is Shane Papala, dropping 3 places after missing last week's race. 9th is Tom Clayton, 10th is Brian Neff. The rest of your positions up to the top 20 are David Gainforth, Len McNeese, who got that win at Talladega, if we remember rightly. Paul Zota, who's just recently retired from racing, is now up in the official stand for the rest of the season. He is 13th in points. Ryan Gemmell 14th. 15th is Ron Holyfield. 16th is Braden Johnson, the bad luck kid this season. Got that win at Las Vegas, but not really able to get anything since. He's down there in the 16th spot. Jeff Glockner 17th. Kurt Davidson 18th. 19th is Jay Felton. And rounding out the top 20 is Jeff Sharp. Well, we've got 24 cars here tonight, Tyler. A big race field for everybody here at Pocono.
Oh, most definitely. It's going to be a big field. I think these guys are going to do really well. It's going to make some good racing, good fighting up top too, I believe. Some of the new rookies, especially Ronnie Osmer, making his I believe this is his debut race for SOMO as well, correct?
It is, yeah. He was meant to do it last week, but other plans came up and he couldn't do it. So good to see Ronnie Osmer out there turning his first laps in that Hub International 99. Oh, 55, sorry.
Yeah, 55. Yeah, that's one of his numbers he likes running. If it was the 99, I could then we could say, I could definitely say it's just like ARCA Daytona in real life.
Yeah. There he is in that Hub International 55 Ford Fusion. Definitely the car he ran at Daytona at the start of the ARCA season. Looking to get back out on track at is it Iowa? He wants to get out.
He's trying to get out to Iowa. He took him a little while to get out to Daytona. He needs to get about, I believe, 25,000 in sponsors. 25,000 in sponsors. I'll have to double check that. And he'll be able to run it at Iowa Motor Speedway on July, I believe it's July 7th and 8th.
So yeah, if you fancy helping out Ronnie Osmer with his sponsorship, then please let him know, and you'll that you want to throw him a bit of money so he can actually take part in the Iowa race, the Iowa ARCA race. Just let him know, and yeah, he'd be very happy to accept any sponsorship that anybody would like to throw towards his cause. Anyway, let's go to the qualifying times. Currently, Joe Mitchell sitting at the top of the standings.
Yeah, Adam Baker's only a 1/10 of a second off. Well, okay, I'm seeing these. I haven't seen these in practice. Joe Mitchell 50.596. Jeez, the quickest I was seeing was 50.8.
Yeah, and Keith Mayato just making his way out of pit road now. Not set a time as yet, as you see him just passing Adam Baker there. Definitely wants to get win number 6 on the season, but as I was looking through hot lap sessions, he wasn't really the fastest out there tonight, Tyler.
No, right now. A few guys notable struggling. Chris Zimmer, yeah, in practice from what I was watching, he was struggling a bit. Some of the quickest times I was seeing from Simmerd was 50.9. I mean, there's a few others that are starting to put in some times. Right now, Marini Jr. is 7th. He's running 51.3s. I'm gonna see. I wouldn't be surprised if I see a big gap here from top to bottom.
Yes, here comes Keith Mayato. We're going to focus in on him as he goes to start his flying lap. Ronnie Osmer also in on his flying lap. We'll go to him in a minute. But here comes Keith Mayato into turn 1. This is the new scan of Pocono. So everybody figuring out this track for the first time in these cars. So definitely interesting to see how they handle the new scan. As Keith Mayato just came out of turn 1 there towards the tunnel turn. He goes. Let's see how he handles it through here. Turns early and gets it pretty hooked up coming out of the tunnel turn. Almost brushes the wall.
That was pretty close. Yeah, I've also heard with the new with the fresh pavement down in tunnel turn 2, there's some grip, and then there's other times too. It's made it now where if you make too much of a mistake, you're really gonna start sliding up into the wall.
Well, here he comes, just out of turn 3 now, across the line. Let's see where this puts him. It puts him 5th place, so not the fastest of times there for Keith Mayato.
No, not really.
Tonight. Coming out of turn 3 now, gets up, puts the foot to the floor, across the line. Ronnie Osmer gets. At a time, he must have brushed the wall.
Oh, must have. I know during practice when I was running with him, there was a few times he's been brushing the wall, so that might have not have counted. So he's got one more flying lap he can do if he wants to get a time in.
And he's got 9 seconds. Well, he's going to be able to post his time out at the end of this session, so definitely going to be able to get the time in before qualifying ends as he goes through the tunnel turn. Comes out nice and safely as Keith Mayato did do another lap, and he is still in 5th place. Looks like Joe Mitchell is going to take the time, take the pole, as he is back in pit road. He thinks he's safe for now, but Adam Baker is out on track, remember, so let's not forget that one. As here comes Ronnie Osmer across the line. He didn't hit the wall this time. Let's see what he put in. 5th place. He's displaced Keith Mayato out at the top 5.
Wow, that was a good line. Fastest out of all the rookies. The other rookies, Jay Felton, 51.1, Aaron Marini Jr., 51.2. I mean, it's gonna be a close battle there with the rookies, but I think Ronnie's gonna give some guys a run for their money.
Absolutely, yes. We're going to go to Adam Baker when the camera decides to figure itself out. There he is. Coming across the line now. Let's see what he can do.
Oh.
Doesn't improve.
But he was off from improving by 1/100th of a second. That last lap time, 50.711. His best was a 50.701.
Yeah, so we've got 5 seconds left of qualifying. While the grid up, let's go through our grid lineup before the race begins. So, starting on the front row and grabbing an official pole time of 50.596 is Joe Mitchell. Joining him on that front row is Adam Baker. Row 2 is Seth Hatchell and Chris Simard. Row 3 is Ronnie Osmer and Keith Mayato. Row 4 is Shane Papala and Lupe Gonzalez. And Row 5 is Jay Felton and Aaron Mulrooney Jr. Row 6 is Mike Grandy and Ron Hollifield. Row 7, Brian Neff and Jeff Glockner. Row 8 is Matthew Talbot and Larry Holloway. Row 9 is John Estes and Braden Johnson. And row 10 is going to be Kurt Davidson and Jim Locking. Row 11 is going to be Tom Clayton and David Gameforth. Row 12 is going to be Paul Cohen and Michael Palmer, as rounding out the field of... Wait for it. I'm waiting for it. It's 26 drivers, sorry. No, 20...
yes, 26.
28 drivers, actually, because JD Buke and Tom Clayton are in pit road. JD Buke starting shotgun on the field, so...
I believe it's actually on here on my screen. It's got
yeah,
26.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, 25 because of...
I counted it wrong. I'm sorry.
All good, all good.
And look how they're lined up on pit road. That is a new thing that they've added into iRacing. Very exciting to see. So go to a long panning view there. You can see how they're all lined up on the pit road. That is really cool to see.
Yeah, that's the first time I've seen that too. I never did realize that until now. That's actually pretty awesome. Nice little way to have the start of the race. Good way to have them pull out, and I believe that's how they are in real life NASCAR. I think the Monster Energy Cup, I believe.
Yeah, and good to see the whole range of paint schemes there lined up in that nice little staggered line that they've got on pit road there. They're just waiting for the pace car to peel off now.
Yeah.
As we have 70 laps here. The pace car is about to go now, as there goes Joe Mitchell. There goes Adam Baker. There goes Seth Hatchell. There goes Chris Simard. And there goes Ronnie Osmer. So, very cool to see. Very, very cool to see.
Yeah, I like how they had that. That was pretty cool. Got to give a thumbs up there, iRacing. Nice job.
Absolutely, as there is Joe Mitchell starting on the outside.
Looks like it.
That's a new one.
Yeah, I'm on the outside. That is interesting. Adam Baker's on the inside. Yeah, I just noticed that. That's a first.
Yeah, I'm just going to call out the stages here for tonight's race. First stage ends on lap 20. Second stage ends on lap 40, and the final stage is 30 laps of run to the the checkered flag. So everybody has. This is 3 stages, unlike the 4 stages we had last week. No, we had 3 stages last week. It was 4 stages in the Major League Esports. That's what confused me.
Don't confuse them. I don't want Paul to get mad at me. I run in the Major Leagues.
Yeah, as they made their way into turn 3. About to get this going.
Turn 4.
What turn 4?
Oh, this is going to get interesting real quick.
As they come out of turn 3, waiting for the pace car to peel off. There goes the pace car. And Joe Mitchell not wasting any time. As 70 laps here at Pocono for SOMO get underway. And look at the lead that Joe Mitchell has got already.
Yeah, he just shot off like a cannon. Holy moly. Already 2 car lengths ahead of everyone. never mind. No, there goes a nice little pass by Ronnie there going on the inside of the 77. Chris Zimmer almost hits the wall.
Yeah, everybody just finding their places out on track right now. We do have 23 cars out on track right now. So Jay Dubuque and Tom Clayton decided not to take the green here at Pocono. I want to give a shout out to Keith Mayato. He's starting to fall back into the hands of Shane Pipala. He was, he's started in 6th. He's still in 6th place. So, but he is under pressure by the 89 right there.
Yeah, that's the way these guys are going right now. Oh boy, it's getting close.
So lap 2 is underway. Oh yeah,
Ronnie's looking on the inside of Seth Hatchell.
There he is alongside him coming out of turn 1. Ronnie Osmer really trying to make a name for himself in his debut here at Pocono in the Portside Jaguar and Land Rover Cup Series. Still alongside Hatchell as they go into the tunnel turn. Decides to back out of it because you know you cannot go too wide through that corner.
No, never can. Scraped the wall there a little bit getting ready to go into the tunnel turn, but it was very, very slight contact. Nothing too big.
Yeah, look, still feel bad for Seth Hatchell. Came so close to a win last week, but had it taken away from him while he was battling with Adam Baker. Adam Baker went on to win the race. Seth Hatchell still got a top 10 out of it, but was right there for a win. And yeah, just unfortunate circumstances ended his chances of getting that win. But still looking at Ronnie Osmond there as they come out of turn 1. Or was that tunnel turn?
Yeah, no, that was turn here. He's coming up to turn there. Actually, it'd be nice if I made sure my recording was live. Yeah, it'd be nice if I was live.
They came out of turn 1.
Yeah,
that was the tunnel turn just there.
Yeah.
Go back to Lupe Gonzalez, who is fighting it out with Aaron Mulrooney Jr. He's running another new paint scheme tonight. He's running the Rainbow Warrior scheme.
Huh. Like that. It's been a while since I've seen a Rainbow Warrior paint scheme.
Made famous by the one and only Jeff Gordon back in the 90s and 2000s, so good to see that back out there again tonight. Just behind Lupe Gonzalez is Jay Felton there. Last car in the top 10. He has got Mike Grandy right behind him. I know Mike Grandy had a good showing in the Xfinity race last night, so definitely want to make a name for himself here tonight, but not having it all his own way at this moment. He's got Ron Holyfield and Brian Neff right behind him there as they make their way towards the tunnel turn.
Yeah, it looks like Ron Holyfield's trying to figure out a way to get around Mike Grandy. He was originally looking at trying to make it too wide. He played it safe, called back behind him. He's just staying in his grab slowly. He's got an opportunity here. If he can get the run out of turn 3, he might have an opportunity to make a pass. Yeah,
it's a bit too far back as they come out of 3. Also got enough of a gap over Brian Neff, who's there in 13th place. Jeff Blockner just keeping all to himself in that United Real Estate's number 24. Kurt Davidson there right behind him in the Sim Racing Apps number 41. Braden Johnson not having the best of races already tonight. He's already back down there in 16th place. Fighting it out with Matthew Talbot, who I believe we've not seen him already. We've not seen him yet this season, although he's not a rookie in this series.
No. And a nice bright white paint scheme I've noticed, or I think my Training Paints hasn't updated either. Let me check.
He's running a black paint scheme with green designs on it, so it looks nice. I dig that.
Yeah, my screen, it's got the green rims and the green number, just the paint scheme. Everything else is completely white. So looks like I need to refresh my Trading Paints real quick.
Yeah, as Ronnie Osmer, meanwhile, while we've been looking back through the field, has been passed by Chris Simard. Chris Simard just trying desperately to hold off Ronnie Osmer. Osmer gets a wheel on the apron and is now going to be under pressure from Keith Mayata. Mayata's got to jump to the inside as they go towards the tunnel turn.
Yeah, a few laps earlier, it looked like Ronnie was sliding it up on the outside in turn 1 as...
Mayata getting a power slide through the tunnel turn. Takes away the position, but here comes Ronnie Osmer. Going to try and get another run back on him as they go towards turn 3.
Yeah, he's going to look like he's going to hold off. He's going to try to wait until the right opportunity, which looks like he might have the opportunity now as he's slowly closing in. He might have an opportunity to take a look here and try to pass on the inside in turn 1.
Yeah, let's not forget Shane Papala's right there as well. So if anything happens to Mayato and Ozma, Papala's right there to pick up the pieces. So don't count out that number 89 WD-40 machine. Is that almost 3 wide going through turn 1? He's alongside Ronnie Ozma. Almost takes away the position. Backs out of it. Discretion being the better part of valor there for Papala. Almost took it 3 wide going through turn 1. Decided to back out of it, and rightly so.
Yeah, that could have ended really bad for all 3 drivers. Ronnie in the mix. Oh boy, that was close.
Yeah, here goes Papala again. Takes away the position from Ozma. Papala up to P5 now as he's passed Mayato as well. He gets a 2 for just in 1 corner. What a pass there by Papala. Here comes Mayato back on the outside again. Gets a run out of the exit at turn 3. Going into turn 1. What's Ronnie Ozma going to do? He's right on their rear fenders as well.
Yeah, he looks like he's going to back up a little bit here, try to get a better run coming out of 1. He might actually work as Mayato's way on the outside line.
Oh, Mayato did get a bit of the wall there as he came out of turn 1 towards the tunnel turn. Is Ronnie Ozma going to try and dive it on the inside of Mayato? No. Tunnel turn is a very difficult corner. It may be a sweeping left-hander, but if you get it wrong, you're going to really destroy your car. And both of them going, all 3 of them going single file through there this time. But here comes Ozma towards turn 3. Can he dive it on the inside? Gets alongside the 09.
Oh, he's got a little
drifted up slightly as they touch. Oh, Mayato's in the wall. Keeps Mayato in the wall, but saves it.
What a save there. That was scary. Ronnie got loose coming out, coming at that point where you can get back on the gas. The car started sliding up, and any more sliding, it would have been disastrous for both of them. Great save by Mayato, though. Absolutely,
as they are now on lap 9 out of 70. So this race is going pretty quick so far. Nice little gap between Ozma and Mayato after that incident. Papala's just playing checked out now, and he's going to be chasing down Chris Samard, who is 2 seconds, no, who's 1.4 seconds up the road from the 89. Joe Mitchell himself is checked out from Adam Baker, who is 7/10 back now from the 18. Seth Hatchell there in 3rd, so good to see him up there. But
you got a nice little battle going up right behind Mayato and Ozma, Maroney and Felton right now.
There's Mulrooney taking a small look onto the inside of Felton as they go into turn 1. Lupe Gonzalez, winner at Dover, he's right there as well. And don't count out Mike Grandy just sitting outside the top 10 in that nationwide. Ronnie's around. Ozma's around and caution number 1 is out. What happened to Ronnie? Let's go back and watch that.
Oh, that apron again.
So you see him going into turn 1. Going to duck it down low. Yeah, gets a wheel on the apron. That's going to switch the back end, get the back end loose. Coming out of 1. And yeah, that's really going to hurt him. Did he hit anything?
Not that I see. He got very lucky with that spin. I mean, he could have easily hit the wall, but that was a good save. No damage that I can see on the car at all.
So definitely lucky for Ronnie Ozma. Gets it going once again as he suffered a big scary spin there. Didn't hit anything, so hopefully he can make his way back through the field as this race progresses. But we are under caution number 1 now, as they're not gone down pit just yet. But there's still time.
Yep, still a lot of time, but boy, oh boy, still got another 9 laps right now before the stage ends, so it's going to be an interesting decision here to see who all pits.
Well, we might have a 5 or 6 lap shootout before the end of the stage, so that could be very interesting to see. Paul Zota is in the officials booth, so the race control booth, so he will let me know if the stage is over or not. So good to hear from him that he's going to do that.
Awesome. Yeah, and one quick little strategy I'm going to say now. I would not be surprised if at least the top 5 or even the top 10 do not pit. I would I would be surprised if Brian Neff stays out, because if I was Brian Neff being the first one out of the points, I'd hit pit road immediately.
Yeah, so they all come down pit road now. As this is a nice little panning shot of the pit road right there. You can see where they all are.
Yep, as everyone's coming into pit.
Yeah, as you see them all just making their way into pit road. Bringing it down to their pit boxes now. As they all make it in safely. Brian Neff going right through pit road, so...
I think he missed his pit box. I think he didn't realize where his pit box was.
So unfortunate there for Neff. He's got to go round again and try again. As Joe Mitchell wins the race off pit road, Seth Hatchell wins second place off pit road by the looks of things.
Yeah, it looked like it. That was a good drag race off there for second. At least Mitchell, Hatchell, and Powell are all fighting to try to get second coming out.
Yeah, Ronnie Osmond's still in pit road.
Yeah, he's probably getting some he might have gotten some damage from the scrape of the wall earlier, as he's now coming out of his pit stall.
Yeah, and here comes... There's Brian Neff. That's Jim Locking behind him, and there is John Estes coming out as well. Keith Mayato repairing some damage after that incident with Ozma as well. So...
Yeah. Quickest stop out of everyone was looking at the times. Matthew Talbert, 14.4, and moved him up to third. I mean, not third, sorry, 13th from what it looks like.
So the number 3 Chevrolet really throwing it down in pit road. So good pit stop for him. Brian Neff, surely he's got to bring it down pit road this time and try and find his pit box in the Winn-Dixie 60.
Yeah, most definitely. Unless, I guess now when he realized he made the mistake, he's going to take his chances, which is going to get interesting now.
Yeah, and Pocono, as much as it's a 2.5 mile super speedway, it's still pretty tough on the tyres. It's like a triangle version of Auto Club, if you think of it that way.
Most definitely. I'm going to be curious if Brian can hold on to get some stage points. I will be very shocked, because I would not be surprised if Joe Mitchell, Seth Hatchell, and Shane Papala, if they absolutely run him over.
Well, hopefully they won't run him over, as that is not what people like to see in these races, people getting run over like they did. What happened to Adam Baker? Because Adam Baker is at the back of the field. Did he get an EOL?
Might be.
He did try and get out of pit road as fast as he can, so he might have got an EOL for speeding on pit road.
Yeah, it looks like it. I'm looking back at the replay now. He came out of the pits, and he might. Yeah, it looks like he's. Yeah, I saw him spin he almost spun out too, he was on the gas. I think he got caught for speeding.
So
that's very unfortunate there.
Absolutely, as he is now down the back of the field. Watch for him to make his way through the field. Adam Baker's done this before. He did it in the Charlotte All-Star race. He started at the back of the field and made his way forward and actually won the thing. So watch for him to make his way through the field. Same for Keith Mayato, who's right in front of him. So the two leaders in the championship right at the back of the field at this point, Tyler.
Yeah, anything's gonna happen now. I think now with Adam and Keith, they got to work on seeing what they can do for the rest of the stages, as Brian Neff is coming into pit road now.
Brian Neff finally deciding to bring it down pit road. See what he can do here, as he looks like he's found his pit stall this time, and he has. So good for Brian Neff. He's going to be put to the back of the field alongside Adam Baker and Keith Mayato. So he'll be looking to make his way through the field with them, as Joe Mitchell is now 2x2 with Seth Hatchell to his inside. So Joe Mitchell picking that outside line again, as they are 1 to green, Tyler.
Yeah, I'm curious on if this is like a new thing that they've done Pocono, because that's twice now, especially at the start. That caught me off guard.
Well, the high line is usually one of the best lines to take through turns 1 and 3. Obviously, the low line is the best line to take through the tunnel turn, so maybe that's what he's thinking as he's going into the first turn. He wants that more favourable high line.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. That's probably why I'm always slow at Pocono. I always try to run that low line, especially in 1 and 3.
I'm just slow at Pocono, full stop. As they
Interesting.
I mean, the top fuel race recently at Pocono, I did okay, but I just did not know what line to take through turns 1 and 3. Turn 3 was okay, but turn 1 was a nightmare.
I can definitely see that. Alright.
They're making their way through turn 3 now.
Yep, looks like we'll have about 5 laps to go on the stage, as though it should be starting lap 15 when they cross the line.
And away we go again. We're under green conditions again. As there goes Joe Mitchell. Going to stretch out his lead already. Seth Hatchell's going to file in for second place. Chris Simard already under pressure from Shane Papala. Shane Papala's going to try that inside line on the 77. He's going to get him. As here comes Lupe Gonzalez as well on the inside of Chris Simard. He's going to move up into the top 4. As here comes Felton. Simard's falling backwards.
Randy as well.
Yeah. Simard's falling backwards. He's under pressure. He's just been passed by Felton. He's out of the top 5 already. Gonna fend off Mulrooney Jr. as they come out of the tunnel turn. So a bad restart there for Chris Simard. He's fallen from 3rd place to out of the top 5. That is really, really bad going there for the 77.
Yeah, Simmer just got stuck on that high line at the start. It looks like that low line's perfect at the restart. Simmer just got caught out and never had an opportunity to try to make any kind of ground back.
Yeah, let's go back to people making their way through the pack. There is Ronnie Osmer chasing down Jeff Glockner for the 15th spot. So Ronnie Osmer already looking to try.
Look out! Talbert saves it. Holyfield's slowing down big time. Oh my!
Let's go back and watch that.
I saw it at like a split second. Talbert and then the Ron Holyfield and another car got 3 wide. Oh, we got that. I heard this smashing again.
Probably someone hitting the wall.
Probably. Adam Baker's trying to move his way through. He just forced the 3 wide on Jim Locking and Michael Palmer.
As they're going to be 3 wide again. Behind him. Michael Palmer going to take the outside line on Jim Locking. Takes away 18th position. So, looks like Jim Locking's struggling as well. Brian Neff obviously on the newest tyres out of everybody. He's going to try the outside line on Locking as well. As they come out of turn 1 and he gets it. David Gainforth there in 21st place. Had a good result last week, but fighting in the latter parts of these positions here at Pocono, as Ron Holyfield is there in 22nd after having that incident with Talbot, and John Estes at the back there in the 23rd and final spot. Meanwhile, let's go back to man in the yellow machine. That is Ronnie Osmer. Got a nice 1.1 second gap over Keith Maiato. Keith Maiato has already moved up to P12 from the back of the field.
Yeah, Maiato made a decent pass off Matthew Talbot, taking the low side in turn 3 and absolutely just ran away with it. He's right now trying to catch up to Ronnie, but with only about roughly 2 laps to go before the end of the stage, I don't think he'll catch up to Ronnie, let alone catch up to get any stage points.
Speaking of catching up, we're going to go back to our leaders as Seth Hatchell has caught up to the back of Joe Mitchell. This is the battle for stage points as Joe Mitchell scrapes the wall coming out of turn 1 towards the tunnel turn. So it's going to be 1 lap to go before the end of the stage. Does Seth Hatchell have something for Joe Mitchell on this final lap?
I think he does. As they're coming to lap 19 now, I believe he does.
As he's backed off slightly from Joe Mitchell, but let's see what sort of run he can get into turn 1 here as Joe Mitchell ducks it down low to fend off the number 8. But Seth Hatchell not going to get it this time. He's way too far back now. He's over 0.4 of a second behind Joe Mitchell as they make their way towards the tunnel turn. And what we'll do, we'll see Joe Mitchell cross the line there. We'll wait for the caution to come out, and then we'll announce. There you go.
Yep. Yeah, I was going to say, Maroney and Braden Johnson are having a good night. Braden looking on the outside to get around Maroney for 7th.
As Joe Mitchell crosses the line and gets the stage 1 victory, I believe. Yeah, there it is. As that's my auto in the background going and ducking to the inside. Not sure what that was about.
Oh, I just noticed Ronnie's got some damage.
So I'm guessing.
I think Ronnie scraped the wall. Ronnie's got some damage on his front right side of the car.
Right, as we are going to go to our stage results. After stage 1, Joe Mitchell claims the 10 points. Second place is Seth Hatchell after putting up a decent fight over against Mitchell. Third is Shane Papala. Fourth is Lupe Gonzalez. Running out of top 5 and collecting 6 points is Jay Felton. 6th was Chris Simard after that bad restart. 7th was Aaron Mulroney Jr. 8th, Braden Johnson. 9th, Mike Grandy. And running out the top 10 and claiming that final point is Kurt Davidson. So, Tyler, interesting first stage. Lots of bumping and banging, and Joe Mitchell seems to be in control so far.
Yeah, so far Joe Mitchell and Seth's been practically fighting first 1 and 2 right now. It's been a good race so far. I mean, really clean, other than Ronnie making a slight little mistake there on the apron. But so far, overall, the whole race has been very, very clean so far.
Yeah, as they all just join up behind the pace car. Let's go back to that damage you were talking about on Ronnie Osmer's car.
Yeah, it was on coming out to the checkered for the green, well, the green-white checkered, I should say, for the stage. Coming out of turn 3, Ronnie just overshot the corner a bit and scraped the wall coming out of 3, and my auto was practically right behind. Osmer and had to make a diving left turn to avoid hitting him.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's got any significant damage on that 55, but definitely you can see he has got some, so that might affect him when we go back to green again. Just want to see if I can speak to somebody right here. Not going to speak to Ronnie, he's probably a bit hot under the collar right now.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk. Actually, I'm not going to talk to anybody, just leave him to it.
Alrighty.
As they're bringing in pit side.
Everyone's coming in. I would not be surprised if Brian Neff stays out. Just oh, never mind, he's coming in.
Let's see if Brian Neff can actually find his pit stall this time. Sorry, Brian.
Yeah, we're sorry, Brian, but that's unfortunate when that happens. We've all been there.
As we're focused in on him now, he's right behind Paul Cohen. Is he going to find it? Yes, he does. Like he got there. He found it.
Oh, someone's having trouble in the further back. Lupe Gonzalez sliding past his pit box. He had to adjust the car multiple times just to be able to get the jacks up.
Yeah, Seth Hatchell wins the race off pit road. Second is going to be Papala. Third is going to be Joe Mitchell. So, wow. Where did that pit stop come from Seth Hatchell?
I don't know, but it looks like Mitchell. It looks like Mitchell had a cleaner stop too. But looking at it from entrance of pit lane to exit, it looks like Joe might have had to slow up a bit or something, because 42.5 seconds for going into pit lane and coming out, while Seth Hatchell's got 41.2 seconds from coming into pit lane and coming out.
Well, we saw this last week with Seth Hatchell. He knows how to make a decent pit stop, and he's proved that again here in this pit stop after stage 1. So definitely kudos go out to the number 8 there. He definitely got that nailed down this time. Same for Shane Papala. Missed last week's race and definitely not missed a touch as he's back here at Pocono and managed to get leapfrog Joe Mitchell as well. Jay Felton also managing to leapfrog up to 4th place.
Yeah, having an impressive run so far too. He's been up there in the fight. Looks like Simard's also moved up a spot too, so it's going to be an interesting battle. And Adam Baker and Keith Mayato of up to 10th and 11th after that stop. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on them as well. There might be a good fight there with Mayato and Baker as they try to work their way up to the front.
And Baker actually beating Mayato out of pit road as well. So Adam Baker only had a 14.5 stop in his stall. Keith Mayato 15.2 seconds in his stall. So I'm wondering if Mayato might have overshot his pit stall.
I'm wondering the same as well. I just noticed the 3 cars got some damage on his front right.
Yeah, that might have been the from the incident with Ron Hollifield.
Oh, okay. Now, because I wasn't sure, because I thought I didn't see some damage earlier. I just now noticed it myself. That's why I was curious.
Yeah, while these guys are under caution, just want to give a couple of shout outs to our sponsors for tonight's race. Want to give out a shout out to Top City Travel, the sponsors of tonight's race. If you want a decent vacation, then give Top City Travel a call. Visit Top City, book your next trip with Top City Travel. My God, topcitytravel.com. Want to go to one of our league sponsors as well, United Real Estate. If you're looking to sell a home or buy a home, then go to United Real Estate. They'll get you hooked up with a decent price. Also want to give a shout out to Coffee and Glitter Bomb. If you want a decently decorated cup for your barbecue this summer, then go to www.facebook.com/coffee and glitter mom. So that was our sponsors for series. We're still watching Paul Talbot, not Paul Talbot.
Okay, I'm a little worried there.
Matthew Talbot. You know why? Because in England there was a soccer player called Paul Talbot.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I keep forgetting about that player as well. Especially with the World
Used to
Cup
play in the
coming
Premier
around
League
soon.
back in the 90s.
Ah. Yeah, especially with the World Cup coming around in 2 weeks' time, I believe.
And where did the United States qualify?
No comment.
Obviously, because I'm English and I'm British, I'm going to be supporting Gareth Southgate's boys.
Yeah, that one I have no comment on, especially with the Team USA. That was kind of, yeah.
Speaking of the USA, former England international is actually coming to the States. Did you hear about that?
Oh, I think I did. Coming to the MLS teams.
Wayne Rooney.
Yeah, he's, I'd have
Chicago
to look up.
Fire. Not Chicago Fire. No, he's going to DC United.
No. DC United. Oh boy. That means my Lions are going to be in trouble. Oh boy.
Absolutely. As we are watching the guys, they're 2x2 again as we're going to get stage 2 underway.
Well, okay, I guess it might be driver's choices. That Hatchell's on the inside line this time.
Yeah, I didn't realise the driver's choice was in effect on the first restart though, as they made their way towards turn 3.
Should be.
Yes it is. No, turn 2, they're in the tunnel turn.
I swear these cameras are killing us.
No, it's just the pace laps that are killing us, not the cameras.
True. But it'd be interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if I see Adam Baker and Keith Mayato four wide on Gandy and Maroney. I honestly would not be surprised, and I would feel bad for them at the same time.
We've already seen several 3-wide moments already in this race as we are going to go back to green again for stage 2. They come out of turn 3. Pace car's about to duck off, and there it is. Waiting for Seth Hatchell to get him going, and stage 2 is underway on lap 25 of 70. Shane Parler getting off to a pretty mediocre restart there. He's already under pressure from Joe Mitchell and Jay Felton.
Ronnie's Osmer's first in 3 wide already. Looks like he's going to make it stick though on the inside.
As we're watching the battle for third place, Shane Parler actually got it hooked up now as they come out of turn 1. Going to try and retake that second place away from Joe Mitchell and takes it on the outside. Great move there for Papala.
Yeah, great move. Great move. Ooh, as we got, I'm looking further back, Walker was way on the outside of the tunnel turn. Things are getting dicey further back.
Yes, there goes Cohen on the inside. Harlefield's going to try the inside line as well on the 24 as they come out of turn 3.
Yep.
What turn 4? I keep saying that. What turn 4?
Right. Update on Adam Baker and Miata. Adam Baker's already up in the top 10. Adam made a decent pass over Kurt Davidson. Miato's making that same pass now to get around Kurt Davidson. Here we go. Adam Baker, Miata, 9th and 10.
So Adam Baker and Keith Miato definitely marching away from the field as Adam Baker's going to try and put a move on Aaron Mulrooney Jr. Dives it in through the tunnel turn and takes it away just like that.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to slide a little bit though. Mulrooney might. Nope. Looks like. Whoa, boy. There. Miato just being daring there. Boy, that was scary.
Yeah, well, look at Davidson behind Miato. Seeing Miato do it, saying he can do it, so why can't I? But he gets it all wrong out of turn 3. Loses a position in the process. There goes Brian Neff on his outside and loses 11th place. Unfortunate there for Davidson.
Yeah, and then further up the field, closer up, Braden Johnson and Chris Zimmer. Zimmer's just struggling. Looks like he's going to drop to 6th now, and Adam Baker's looking on the outside. This is going to be an interesting battle.
Yeah, there goes Braden Johnson to the inside of Chris Samard. Going towards... No, he backs off. Chris Samard takes that position back as they go through the tunnel turn.
Yep, and going too wide in the tunnel turn is Baker and Grandy. Oh, my.
Baker's going to make it stick as he passes on the outside through the tunnel turn. Here comes Miato to the inside.
Look out, look out. Oh.
As that's going to end in disaster, Mulrooney Jr.
What a save by Maroney, but boy, oh boy, that was close.
Tell you what, these guys are doing wonders to save this car. I think Ronnie Osmer's the only one that actually wasn't able to save it when the back end tried to step away. As it looks like Talbot's going to try and make a move on Mulrooney Jr. Brian Neff and Kurt Davidson still battling away in front of them.
Yes. Oh, and Mulrooney just got even. Oh, my. Mulrooney just got murdered. Oh, look out. Oh, jeez.
Let's go back and watch that as he was fighting with Michael Talbot.
Yeah, Mulrooney's engine is gone.
Matthew, I do apologise for butchering your name. I keep getting it wrong, guys. Oh, yeah, Matthew Talbot got into the left rear quarter panel, and that is going to be Mulrooney Jr.'s night over, I'm afraid, as he hit that wall head on.
Yeah, and then look, and then the 70 got involved. Larry Holloway, he got hit by Lupe Gonzalez with Lupe trying to avoid, because Lupe had nowhere to go. Lupe would have just absolutely murdered Mulrooney.
Absolutely, as there we are watching Mulrooney making his way towards pit road, smoking worse than a broken down industrial chimney. Seth Hatchell has caught up to the back of the pace car. Good restart for the number 8, but he's got to watch behind him because Baker and Miato are coming through the field like it's nobody's business.
Yeah, some of the moves that I called that they were going to be making some moves and definitely have 7th and 8th respectively. I don't think we've seen the end of it. They're going to be. I wouldn't be surprised if we see them up in the top 5 pretty soon.
Absolutely, as we're still watching Adam Baker there. Remains to be seen if Seth Hatchell's going to bring them down pit side as they come through turn 3 now. No, this is tunnel turn. Jesus Christ, this track.
Yeah, you and me both. All the turns look almost the same, especially turn 2.
And yes, I know I just committed blasphemy, but who cares?
I swear, when they call it the Tricky Triangle, yeah, they mean it.
They are not joking.
Yeah, and also I think I wouldn't be surprised if everyone comes down to pits, especially, 10 laps to go on the stage as here comes everybody. Whoa, look out there, Shane.
Yeah, Shane going a bit too fast there as they go towards pit road. Everybody getting it woed down as we're going to go to that good old pit cam again that I've been showing off. Even though this is a default camera pack, it's not bad.
No, I can agree, I like it. It's really nice.
Though if anybody's made a custom one, then please give me a shout out and let me know because I need one badly.
Same here. Looks like everyone's coming to pit stall. No issues from what I've seen.
That's good, that's good. So who's going to win the race off pit road this time round as they all And it looks like that is Chris Simard's going to win the race off pit road. I think he only took 2 tyres. He did.
Like
he did only.
And Ronnie as well. Ronnie just jumped up to 5th. Ronnie Osmer up to 5th. I think we know who's taking 2 tires now.
But Chris Simard only taking 2 tyres there, as we are going to be less than 10 laps to go before the end of stage 2. So maybe a good strategy call, but also a very scary one, as it looks like Shane Papala moved up to 2nd place, and he did. Seth Hatchell's going to be 3rd, Joe Mitchell 4th. Now Ronnie Osmer up to 5th after taking only 2 tyres. Jay Felton 6th, 7th is Braden Johnson, 8th is Keith Mayato, 9th is Adam Baker. Baker taking a 16.6 second time in his pit stall, so I'm guessing they overshot it.
That's what I'm thinking too. I'm gonna double check on that. I'll look back at the replay, see if I can find out if that's the case.
As it is confirmed, Aaron Mulrooney Jr. has put his car behind the wall.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's just bad luck on his part. And looking off the replay, I didn't see any issue off of Adam Baker. I think they were doing some kind of other adjustment, maybe? I don't know. Because he sat there for a little bit.
Maybe making some tire pressure adjustments, who knows?
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
As this track is hard on the tyres, so, and with a fixed setup you can still change the tyre pressures, so I think. Yeah, well, this one I think, well, maybe not. I don't think you can change tire pressures in a fixed setup race. Do me a favour.
Yeah.
Go in your car and see if you can.
Yep, I'll double check, see if I can. Well, for me, I can, because I'm not set as a fixed setup.
It should be.
Well, it's like I could still change everything.
Oh, really? Okay, fair enough. Interesting.
Yeah, because I know other, like the official series, they have it where we cannot change tire pressures that I'm aware of.
Yeah, right. I'm going to go and speak to somebody now. Let's speak to Chris Simard and find out if he did take 2 tyres.
I agree.
If I can find him. There he is. I got him.
Okay.
As Chris Simard is with me now. Chris, Sam up in the booth, you got me, sir?
Yes, sir.
2 tyres on that pit stop?
Yes, I did.
I know Pocono's quite hard on the tyres. Do you reckon that's going to be enough for you to get the stage win with so many laps to go before the end of stage 2?
I'm not sure. I haven't tried it, so I don't really know. But we only ran like 3 or 4 laps, and it's so hard to pass here that I don't know. Maybe I can stay up front for a little while. At least get some TV time, right?
Oh yeah, you've been on the TV plenty of times already, so you're fine on that count anyway. But yeah, earlier in the race had a bit of a difficult restart. Able to collect it back up again. I bet that was a bit scary for you on that restart.
Yeah, I tried to pass a 9 there, and it didn't really work very well. And got the 36 behind me trying to pass me too. But I don't know. I'm really horrible at restarts, so anything will happen. At least I'm first, so now I can control it. So.
Absolutely. Well, Chris, lights are off on the pace car. I'm just going to let you go back down, and yeah, good luck for the rest of the race.
Thanks, guys.
As that was Chris Simard, current leader right now, taking 2 tyres, so it was confirmed. He did take 2 tyres, Tyler.
Definitely. Oh, am I not live, or... Okay, I heard something on the radio I didn't know. Sorry.
Yeah, but watch Chris Simard, watch Ronnie Osmer. They were the only 2 drivers not to take full 4 tyres on that pit stop, so going to be interesting to see how this one shapes up as they go through the tunnel turn.
Yeah, especially with Osmer being in 6th. or 6th or 5th actually. He's on the inside row, so this is gonna get interesting as well because he might get locked up with Keith Mayato battle as well as Adam Baker when they try to charge up the field.
Keith Mayato is there in 7th, 8th. But there they come out of turn 3, gonna get him going again. As there goes the pace car, and away goes Chris Simard straight away as soon as the pace car peels off. Not wasting any time at all. So those two tyres working okay so far. But let's see how they get on going into turn 1. As it looks like Joe Mitchell's going to try the outside line on Shane Pipala as they go into turn 1.
Oh boy, Mayato's looking outside already. 3 wide.
Almost.
Oh, we got a wreck.
We've got a wreck?
Yeah, the car.
Larry Holloway.
That car is very smashed up.
Yeah, Larry Holloway, the top city travel number 70. Not having the best of restarts there. Let's go back to our leader though, as Chris Simard has checked out.
Looking back at the replay, someone got some help, and Larry Holloway was actually a innocent victim.
Yeah, let's go back and watch that. As just before that happened, though, Chris Simard had actually checked out on that restart. You know.
Oh yeah, most definitely. He was long gone, half a second ahead already.
Let's have a look back at Larry Holloway. There he's on the outside of Jeff Glockner. Going into turn 1. Let's see what happens there. That's David Gameforth getting it all wrong going for turn 1. Slides up the track, gets it to the side of Holloway, and that was the end of that. So David Gameforth getting it all wrong for turn 1.
But the thing was, though, it wasn't Gameforth's fault. Watch off the replay of Lupe Gonzalez. Lupe Gonzalez actually gave David Gameforth a nice little nudge there, which caused Gameforth lose everything, and poor Larry being wrong place, wrong time, innocent victim there.
Yeah, as Gameforth almost got into it with Gonzalez again as they tried to avoid each other. Luckily, no more contact between the 101 and the 53, so definitely lucky there for those two as they're now behind the pace car again. Let's see if they're going to bring it down pit road one more time before the end of stage 2.
Everyone's staying out unless the car's further back. Like I say in this one, if you're not where you have a good shot at fighting for points, I originally said 11th, but then I realized, like, you know what, at least one row back from being in 10th, I'd rather stay out. I would not be surprised if I see Talbert and okay, I guess I'm wrong.
Mitchell's gonna fake pit. Looks like Adam Baker's gonna fake pit. But yeah, like Simard said when we interviewed him, passing is very difficult here, so track position is going to be very important in this race tonight. As we're just about to pass we're just past halfway, by the way.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. Davison, Gainforth, Gonzalez, Hollifield, John Estes, and Larry Holloway are all going to the pits. Of course, Holloway's got to fix all of that damage he had.
I'm going to go to a pit lane cam there and see who comes off that pit road battle first. Davidson, Gainforth, Gonzalez, Hollifield, Estes, and Holloway in pit road. It looks like Kurt Davidson's going to win the race off pit road there, so good for him to win that. David Gainforth is on his way out as well as Ron Hollifield.
Lupe Gonzalez is fixing some damage up.
Yeah, same for Larry Holloway, but obviously Larry Holloway did get a lot of damage in that wreck, as there goes Lupe Gonzalez leaving pit road right now. So Larry Holloway, sorry, the only person not to leave pit road as he's fixing a considerable amount of damage. Let's see if he can get out though within the 5-minute limit though. That is the rule in this league. If you cannot repair your car within the 5 minutes that are set for you, then you must park it. So let's see if he can make that as.
Is that a new rule now? I didn't really remember that before last time I was over here.
It was made after Richmond, I believe.
Okay then.
But yeah, Larry Holloway is back out on track again. Albeit with a damaged car, he's going to have to pit the farm the living daylight out of that number 70, though.
Yeah, I think he's going to pit farm, but he's going to make sure he stays on the lead lap at least and not use up and not sit in pit road for the 5 minutes.
Well, if you think about it, there's only, what, 4, 5... There's going to be 4 laps to go before the end of stage 2.
Yeah.
So...
He can easily stay on the lead lap. He can definitely stay.
It's a 2.5 mile track. Of course, he's going to stay on the lead lap. But you know, he's lucky because he's got another caution coming up, obviously because of the end of stage 2. So definitely going to get some more damage fixed on that number 70. As we're looking at the field, they're not gone 1 to green just yet.
Yeah, it looks like Kirk Davidson's coming in and get some fresh tires and fuel again.
Yeah. Topping off on fuel and tyres. Always a good idea.
This is going to get interesting with these last 4 laps left. It's going to be about 3 or 2 to go, actually, before the green flag on the stage. So this is going to get really interesting.
Yeah, they're just coming through the tunnel turn now. So we're looking to see the lights go off on the pace car this time round. And so we're going to have a 3-lap shootout before the end of stage 2. It's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top.
So far, just looking at the lineup, Mayato and Baker are going to be right in front, next to each other. Actually, Mayato in 7th, Adam Baker going to be right behind Mayato in 9th. So that's going to be an interesting start for them, seeing how much they're going to fight.
Absolutely. As we're looking at the pace car now, will the lights go off this time round? And they do. Yep. The lights are off. We're going to have a 2-lap shootout before the end of stage 2. So a green-white checkered for the end of the stage.
Yep, and this is going to be
it's going to be a green-white checkered before the green-white checkered. That's a weird one.
Yep, you can see a lot of those lately.
Yep.
It's going to be an interesting start. Joe Mitchell's actually going to be on the inside, right behind Shane Papala, so I wouldn't be surprised if Zimmer gets going and then Mitchell just has to shove Papala out of the way just to get any kind of decent start.
Absolutely, as they are still 2 by 2 as they're making their way towards the tunnel turn, because Pocono, right, pace laps are impossible here.
Right. This is gonna get interesting. I think a few people are already getting antsy back and further back. A few people are staying back. They're worried about a big one coming. Right now.
Well, we are past halfway, so people are going to be racing a bit more hard this time. But it's still too early to be making those drastic moves that are going to get you to the front.
Oh yeah, most definitely. But I think a few of these people at the back know with the end of the stage coming around, there might be some people getting tangled up in some wrecks, trying to get these last few points.
Yeah, and again, just keep an eye out for Adam Baker and Keith Mayato. They're going to be making their way through the field. They are in the top 10, so they will get stage points as the pace car peels off. Going to get them going for 2 laps now to the end of the stage. Chris Samar jumps off early again. Going to get a decent gap, but how much can he preserve that gap before the end of stage 2? Look at Joe Mitchell trying to put the pressure on Safe Papala. Seth Hatchell going to try the outside of Joe Mitchell, as there's Ronnie Osmer too, running out the top 5, as they're all over the back of the 77 already.
Yeah, Mayato did not have a good start there at all. Baker was practically shoving him to get him to move.
Joe Mitchell going to try the inside line as they go through the tunnel turn. Not going to make it work this time. Slides up the track slightly, almost into Seth Hatchell. Seth Hatchell's going to get a run on the outside of Joe Mitchell. As here they come towards turn 3. Remember, Ronnie Osmer onto fresher tyres. As he's taking the inside.
Jeez.
Ronnie, don't give me a heart attack like that. As we're on the final lap of stage 2, they're side by side between Seth Hatchell and Joe Mitchell. Hatchell on the outside, Mitchell on the inside. Mitchell going to defend the inside line, but Hatchell's going to get a better run, or is he? As here comes Ronnie Osmer, going to try and follow Joe Mitchell through. As they make their way onto the stretch towards the tunnel turners. Look at Shape Impala, door to door with Chris Saman as they make their way towards the tunnel turn, side by side for the tunnel turn. Who's going to win out of this one?
Oh, that's going to be close.
Still door back in his ear comes Joe Mitchell. 3 wide into turn 3. Joe Mitchell's going to try and take away the stage win. Shape Impala making the power move through. Here comes Joe Mitchell on the inside. Joe Mitchell is going to take away stage win number 2. Where is he? So close for the end of the stage 2, but it's stage 2 is in the books regardless, and Joe Mitchell steals it at the death.
Wow. Simard had nothing he could do. I mean, when Mitchell forced it 3 wide, and Simard had nowhere to go with being out on the gray and the outside of turn 3. Boy, that was a wreck in the making.
But Joe Mitchell stealing it at the death, as I already said, and taking away the stage win. 2nd place was Shape Impala, 3rd with Chris Samard after all that, 4th Seth Hatchell, 5th, and well done for getting back up down to 5th place was Ronnie Osmer. 6th place in the end was Keith Moyato, 7th was Jay Felton, 8th Adam Baker, 9th Braden Johnson, and getting the last point for 10th place was Mike Grandy. That was an entertaining end to stage 2.
Yeah, saw it coming, but whew, good grief. How many more heart attacks do I have to have today?
Well, Ronnie Osmer already gave me a heart attack by hitting the apron on the way through turn 3.
I saw that apron touch. Yeah, I was worried too. Holy moly.
Let's speak to Ronnie.
Yeah, most definitely on that.
I'll let you conduct this interview because I know you're itching to speak to him.
All right, as we got Mr. Osmer in the booth, Ronnie, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
One thing I have to say: how many more heart attacks do you have to give both myself and Sam?
The wall's still standing, so I don't know.
That was a heck of a run there you had. Nice job on the 2 tire strategy. Well, going into that, were you thinking you were going to have any chance on holding on that top 10 there, or let alone top 5 with that strategy?
I had a good feeling I'd be able to hang on because just the car is so tight, so 2 tires would help loosen it up, and the left side doesn't really wear that much. So.
Ah, that's good. Yeah. And when you were on that apron, is it still the car still skittish on you when you guys are touching the apron like that?
That apron's skittish where you go 2 tires, 4 tires, no tires. It doesn't change.
Alright, well, if we see you getting in the pit road, we'll let you get back with everyone else. You can focus on your pit stop.
Alright.
And that was Ronnie Osmer just going into pit road there. Let's see how he does on his pit stop, actually, as we're in car with him right now. Into his pit stall.
Oh, Hatchell actually slid past his pit box. He had to back up a little bit, I noticed.
The Hatchell getting a bit wrong there into his pit box, as he's going to be left behind in pit road now.
Yep.
So heartbreak there for Seth Hatchell, as Adam Baker's going to win the race off pit road.
Baker's going 2 tires, I just noticed. He's the only one that has gone 2 tires out of everyone that came into the pits.
Thing is, though, Matthew Talbot and Kurt Davidson stayed out.
Oh, yeah, I just did not realize that.
Talbot and Davidson staying out on older tyres. This is just a straight fight to the end now, though, so...
Yeah.
Going to be interesting to see.
What was the fuel window? Did Did we ever figure out what the fuel window was going to be?
We've not had green flag pit stops yet, so we don't really know.
I wonder if there's going to be one more stop before the end of this race.
Well, we'll soon find out. If it stays green from when we go green again to the end, then we'll find out if there is pit stops. I'm guessing, because of how short this race is, it's only 70 laps, remember. So, I'm wondering if they're on a different fuel load, like 50% or something like that.
That's what I'm curious about. That's why I think there's going to be one more stop, unless a big wreck happens before. Here comes Talbert. Talbert's making the pits, and Kurt. I think they're going to take their bonus points, because I think they also get bonus points for leading the lap as well. Correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So then that was Matthew Talbert taking pit side, and then Kurt is going to probably end up taking it pit side next lap, so he can get his bonus.
Meanwhile, I'm going to speak to Adam Baker and find out his strategy behind the pit stop. Adam Baker, Sam up in the booth. Have you got me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Was that 2 tyres on that pit stop just then?
Yes, sir.
Brave strategy going into the final stage. Do you reckon you'll be able to handle the car on this restart?
Yeah, I think so. We only had like not even 2 full green flag laps there. The left sides, looked pretty good when I just checked it in the box there, so should be all right. I think Kurt just stayed out, so if I'm able to get past him, maybe I can get away for a little while at least.
Yeah, having one hell of a run back through the field there, Adam, falling to the back. I'm guessing that was an EOL, right?
Yeah, I got a speeding penalty, and then in that first stage, as I was making my way back up, I got hit coming through the tunnel turn and lost a bunch of ground, so I had to, try and make up a little bit in those last couple laps in that stage. But it's been a battle tonight, but I can only blame myself for the pit road mistake, so just trying to overcome it.
Well, Adam, as always, you're able to make your way through the field, and you're back at the front again, so we're going to let you go. I'm guessing the lights are going to go off on the pace card this time round, so we'll let you go back down, and we'll wish you good luck for the rest of the race.
Great, thank you.
As that was Adam Baker, our winner off pit road. Yeah, Davidson's staying out to get the bonus point, but he's staying out for the restart.
Yeah, this will be. Davidson does that. Yeah, this is gonna get interesting. Davidson only at the time of the end of the stage, he only had 6 laps on his tires, so I mean, it's gonna be a bold strategy call by Kurt, but like I said earlier, I would not be surprised if people practically run him over. He'll be passing. He'll have at least 5 or 6 cars passing him before the end of the lap.
Yeah, but what sort of race would this be if you didn't put him on the dash and say, look, mine are bigger, guys?
Yeah, this is gonna get interesting quick. I would keep an eye on the guys on the outside lane: Adam Baker, Joe Mitchell, Ronnie Osmer. They might have a good run out of this. Papala might have to practically shove Kirk Davidson just to get any kind of movement going.
Absolutely, as we are 1 to green again. Tyler, I'm going to let you get him going this time.
Alright. And it looks like they're coming through tunnel turn now from what it looks like. Doing a quick little checkup on Larry Holloway. It looks like getting that car close to almost back together. Still a little damaged up, but I think it's going to be as best as he can on him. Just giving it a quick update on his car after the unfortunate circumstances he had. As they're getting ready to come into turn 3 now, everyone's all getting bunched up. They're getting ready for this race. Felton was practically at the rear bumper of Chris Simmons. Get ready for some people to get a little feisty at the start. Pace car getting ready to dive in that left-hand side. And green is out, and Kirk Davidson just taking off like a rocket, and Papala just shoving him. Here we go. Baker's got no choice but relegated down to 3rd. Everyone else already starting to single file out as they come into turn 1.
Shane Papala forcing his way past Adam Baker there into turn 1. as he's going to try and make a move on Kurt Davidson straight away as they come out of turn 1. Adam Baker right on his fender, going to give him a push towards the tunnel turn, but they're side by side as they go down the stretch, as there's Joe Mitchell on the outside in 4th place, so watch for him to try and make a move as well. Papala still fending off Adam Baker, but he's going to make the power move to the inside of Davidson, still to the inside of Davidson.
And Joe Mitchell's going to look at going to the outside, 3 wide, coming into turn 3. And, oh, this is going to be close. Ronnie Osborne's trying to fight with it. Here we go, 3 wide, way down at the inside is Ronnie Osborne. Oh, my.
And Ronnie Osborne ducking to the very inside lane of the track, but it's worked for him as he's got to get around Joe Mitchell, or is he? Joe Mitchell going to keep him wound up on the high side, but there goes Mitchell. There goes Osborne.
Hatchell's also going to try. Ooh, Hatchell got a little bump there coming out, touching the apron, but he's going to try to make his run around Joe Mitchell as well.
I find it amazing that despite they've rescanned this track, that bump is still there in turn 1.
Most definitely. Yeah, I'm surprised as well.
Oh, as there goes Mayato.
Yeah, I saw that the last second. That was scary. Mayato trying to get around Chris Simard right now.
Yeah, Mayato right there. Braden Johnson under attack from Jay Felton as well. Everybody bunched up close together. Kurt Davidson, even though he's on old tyres, still holding his own there in 3rd place and holding off Ronnie Osborne pretty damn well, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm actually impressed. Ronnie's gonna look at trying to make a pass on the inside if possible, but yeah, I'm impressed with how Kurt's hanging up right now. Joe Mitchell's running the outside line. Both Mitchell and Hatchell. Ooh, there goes Joe touching the outside wall there.
Yeah, Joe Mitchell's going to lose position to Seth Hatchell. There goes Hatchell into the top 5 now. So Hatchell finally getting around the 18 after the 18 makes a mistake.
Adam Baker's making a pass on Shane Powell and he gets it. Taking over the lead, Adam Baker.
So Adam Baker to the lead as Papala gets it loose, going for a turn. Going for the turn. Shane Papala's going to get freight train right here as he gets it all wrong in turn 3. Going to try and fight off for Ronnie Osborne, but Ronnie Osborne up to 3rd place now.
Yeah, that was very scary by Shane Papala. Heck of a save by him, but boy, oh boy.
Let's take a look at that again. Gets it sideways through turn 3. Almost pings it back up into the wall. Has to back out of it to the outside. Gets it momentum back straight away almost as Ronnie Osborne takes away 3rd place. Big mistake there from Shane Papala, but that's how loose these cars can be going for these corners if you take the wrong line.
Yeah, Seth Hatchell was actually looking on trying to get around Shane Papala as well, but was not able to make the pass before the tunnel turn as they're coming out of the tunnel turn now. Single file throughout most of the field. Not really any kind of big aggressive moves going on right now.
Speaking of aggressive moves, here comes Ronnie Osborne to the inside of Kurt Davidson. Davidson not going to give it to him that easily as they come out of turn 3. Osborne backs off and falls back into 3rd place. There's Shane Papala right behind him, and Seth Hatchell's right there too. Adam Baker's checked out. He's already half a second up the road, but all the battling behind him is helping him get away. As here comes Papala back to the inside of Osborne.
Yeah, but Osborne's having to take the high line. It's going to allow Seth Hatchell to get around. Maybe even Joe Mitchell as he's holding on the inside. Maybe going to force a 3 wide here as he's giving Hatchell a nice little shove here.
Into the tunnel turn as Ronnie Osborne has to give it up. Hatchell and Mitchell up to 4th and 5th respectively. Osborne out of the top 5 and already under pressure from Chris Simard.
Yeah, Smart's going to take a dive. Look out. He took a big dive there trying to get down into turn 3. Oh, look out as he's going to shove Ronnie into the wall.
Yeah, a bit of a contact there between the 55 and the 77. Keith Mayato just biding his time behind there in 8th place. Lupe Gonzalez there in 9th. Jay Felton holding on to the top 10, but not for long, because here comes Brian Neff to the inside. Brian Neff going to take away that top 10 spot.
Yeah, Ronnie's running on the outside line as well. Keith Mayato is going to move up to 7th now after getting around Ronnie Osborne on the inside line. Turn 1.
Well, all that damage that Ronnie Osborne has collected through the race, I'm wondering if that's taking its toll now, as he is starting to fall backwards. The next person to catch him will be Lupe Gonzalez, if Lupe Gonzalez can keep the speed up, as he gets a bit of a wiggle coming out of turn the tunnel turn.
Looks like he might not have been big damage as he's fighting, hanging up there with Keith Mayato right now.
And he is.
On the inside in turn 3.
So side by side as he come out of turn 3, Mayato still wins the race out of that corner. as he's starting to pull away from the 55 already. Seth Hatchell, they're in 4th place, having a nice little battle with Joe Mitchell right there. As
closes in on Kurt Davis there for a second. I almost thought they was going to try to make a late dive down on the inside, try to get past Kurt Davis.
Yeah, Kurt Davidson managing to hold on just about though, as they've managed to pull away from Joe Mitchell pretty rapidly. As now this is a 3-car battle for P2 as they're closing in on Shane Papala.
Yeah, Adam Baker's really loving this right now. He's already 0.6 of a second ahead of second of Shane Papala. This battle might even be continuing, and it looks like Adam's going to slowly but surely increase his lead.
Yeah, but how long before those tyres drop off? Because he did only take 2 on that last pit stop, so definitely going to be interested to watch how we can handle those older tyres as they begin, we're now 19 laps to go in this race.
Looking further back, there's 2 wide battles going on. Not much going on, but they're all staying single file throughout the whole field mainly. It's still anyone's race though.
Let's look at the battle behind him. There's Mike Grandy there, and Ron Hollifield's going to try and take the inside line. They're all bunched together.
3 wide.
3 wide as they go towards the tunnel turn. Mike Grandy's going to win that battle.
Yep. Oh, look out, Brian Neff is going to almost send 36, barely avoiding the wall there.
That was actually Jim Locking.
Oh, okay, I got mixed up against
Brian Neff is struggling now. He was in the top 10 a minute ago, and now he's dropped back. He's under pressure from Jim Locking. I wonder if Brian Neff had a bit of a moment about a lap or 2 ago.
I'm wondering the same. I know I was seeing
we got pit stops.
Wide.
No.
Simmered and Lupe Gonzalez diving down in pits.
And Chris Simard's got some pretty serious rear end damages. Simard's gone.
Oh boy. And it looks like he was removed from the server.
Let's go back and watch what happened. As you see him there behind Keith Maiato. Not sure what happened. He brought it down. Let's go back even further and find out what happened. As he gets a bit loose coming out of the tunnel turn. Something happened before that. I'm not sure what happened to...
I have no idea either. That's because Lupe Gonzalez came in and pitted 18.6 second pit stop.
We're looking at it there. He's got no damage to the rear end of his car. Coming out of turn 1. Still no damage there. Not sure what's going on at this point.
I don't either.
As he gets it loose going through for the tunnel turn. Collects it back up again, but there goes Maiato to the inside.
Okay, something must have happened then earlier, because Lupe Gonzalez came flying out of nowhere. Actually, Lupe Gonzalez was fighting with Ronnie Osmer, and Lupe, I guess, hit the wall or got loose. Oh, Ronnie hit the wall. That's where Simmer got the rip, but that's odd of why Simmer got removed.
Yeah, as we do actually have pit stops underway as Adam Baker brings it down pit road. There he is in number 48 BZ Designs machine.
Mike Grandy's right behind him. Kurt Davison, he's still hanging out there, 19 laps right now. I mean, honestly, this should be the money stop for Kurt. If I was Kurt, I'd be getting in the pit road now, knowing you can make it the whole way.
There goes Maiato to the inside of Davidson. So Davidson's tyres really falling off the cliff right now as he is 19 laps into this tyre stint. So definitely kudos to him for keeping the tyres alive as long as they have. Because remember, Adam Baker actually pitted before him and he's on fresher tyres than him.
Yeah. And here comes Maiato.
Oh, Maiato's getting it wrong!
Look out, look out!
Maiato's into the wall! Maiato getting it all wrong into pit road. He's going to get a penalty as well for unsafe pit entry. Or is he? But that's really going to... That's going to ruin his race completely.
Yeah, I mean, just the spin in general. Joe Mitchell's also in the pits as well. Oh, my. Yeah, Jay felt...
The drivers that have actually stayed out so far are Shea Papala, Seth Hatchell, Ronnie Osmer still out on track as well.
Yeah, Ronnie's got damage too from the incident, so he's going to be struggling a bit just because he went a little. He ended up getting a little wide and scraping the wall with that whole incident. Hey, Gonzalez.
As here comes Braden Johnson to the inside of Ozma. Thing is though, is Ozma looking to come pit side? No, he's not. As Johnson brings it down.
Shane Capallo's in the pits as well now. Paul Cohen's also. Nope, not Paul Cohen. Sorry, Ron Holyfield just jumped into pit road as well.
Kurt Davidson did finally make it out into pit road. So he's back out. He's actually back out behind Adam Baker and Joe Mitchell. So watch Adam Baker. He's going to be forcing his way to the front. Update on Keith Mayato. He is so far back, it's unreal.
Yeah.
Unfortunate there for the 09. Seth Hatchell is now your leader. Watch for him to put one hell of a pit stop in. He's usually good on these money stops.
Most definitely. Ronnie Osmer's holding up in second. Jim Locking third. Brian Neff fourth. Gameforth and fifth. That's the top five that has not pitted yet. As here comes Seth Hatchell now coming into the pits. As Ronnie will take over the lead. Oh, Ronnie again. I think Ronnie just slapped the wall again.
Yeah, as Brian Neff takes over the lead now. Brian Neff, 16 laps on his tyres. Ronnie Osmer is also 16 laps on his tyres. David Gameforth there in third place. He's actually got lesser laps on his tyres than the other guys around him. So watch for him to stay out a couple of laps longer than these guys. Seth Hatchell in his box. Is he going to beat Adam Baker? As there goes Adam Baker. No, he's not. So Adam Baker is in a provisional lead.
Yes.
As something's happened to Brian Neff.
Okay. Here we go. This Ronnie's gonna look at trying to. No, I think.
Let's go back and see what happened to Neff.
Here comes Ronnie coming in the pit road now.
Oh no, it wasn't Brian Neff. That was it was actually Ron Holyfield in front of him that got all wrong coming out of the tunnel turn.
Oh boy.
Managed to hold up Brian Neff as Ronnie Osmond's finally brought it down pit road.
And Ronnie's gonna be just coming in and coming out once he gets his tires, because there's nothing he can do unless there's a caution comes out and he can try to fix some damage.
I don't think we know Ronnie better than anybody else, and we know he's not going to fix that damage.
Oh yeah, no, without a doubt. I mean,
there he goes.
He's coming out now. Brian Neff still hanging on to the lead. David Gameforth in second. Michael Palmer in third.
I'm wondering if Brian Neff did actually hit Ron Holyfield after Ron Holyfield made that mistake, because he has got some.
I'm wondering the same.
He's got some right side damage.
Yeah, he's scraped the wall multiple times this race, but yeah, that's a lot more than what I was noticing earlier. As the top five still have not pitted yet. John Essie's right now only 15 laps on his tires. David Gameforth only 16. 10 laps to go, but I just want to make it curious. 11 laps, sorry. But knowing that Davidson was able to make it 19 laps, I think these guys are all going to be pitting soon. Unless, oh boy, Brian, you went a little slidey there going into turn 2.
Yeah, Brian Neff got no life left in those tyres. You've got to assume he's got to bring it down pit road this time round as he makes his way into turn 3. Is he going to bring it down this time round? The answer is no. Is he going to try and make this car last to the end?
If that's the case, I'd be pulling for David Gainforth, because John Essie's got passed by Adam Baker and Joe Mitchell, who has 16 laps on his tires. Larry top 4, they're still hanging out, but Larry Holloway he's got an Adam Baker hard charging on the way behind him.
Still 6 seconds behind though, so still enough time. But yeah, old tires versus new tires. Adam Baker's going to catch him very easily. But 10 laps to go. Adam Baker's 15 seconds behind Brian Neff. Brian Neff, if he keeps it wound up like he is, he might just nick it.
He might. me see if he's cutting off. I know I've watched previous broadcasts where I know some of the guys have been cutting off the engine. I'm curious now. I'm looking in on Brian Neff real quick. I'm gonna see if he's cutting off the engine at all.
Meanwhile, let's go back to Shane Papala as he is just under. It was about half a second ahead of Kurt Davidson in seventh and eighth. Those two guys are. Kurt Davidson on fresher tyres now, being one of the surprise guys up there in the top 5. When the top 4 do eventually pit, if they pit, he will be in a net 4th place. So definitely one to watch here. Adam Baker 13 seconds back from the leader Brian Neff. So definitely gaining time, gained 2 seconds on the leader.
Yes,
Joe Mitchell just there.
Yeah, and I've also too, I went and looked in, Brian Neff is he's not cutting off the car or anything, so I'm going to be curious to see how far he can make it. I mean, granted there's make it 8 laps to go this time by. I mean, but right now, Brian Neff and David Gameford, they're in the catbird seat for, if they can make it to the end.
Yeah, it's Adam Baker not making up as much time as he wants to. Still 12 seconds back.
He is catching up to Larry Holloway, which I don't believe. I don't think Larry Holloway's going to try to do anything blocking, because Adam Baker with the fresher tires and Larry Holloway, he's probably going to just let Adam by when Adam catches up.
Yeah, the most amazing thing about this race, though, is that we had 23 drivers start this race, and 21 cars are still running, and they're all on the lead lap.
Yeah, I'm impressed with that as well. It's been a good race so far.
It's been a fantastic race tonight, as we're still watching Brian Neff making his way around the track, just coming out of turn 3.
David Gameforth, he's closing in on Brian Neff. Neff's probably going to be starting to hit the panic button switch soon, because Gameforth is closing in.
Yeah, as Adam Baker has finally got past Larry Holloway and is up into P4. Still 10 seconds behind Brian Neff and 4 seconds behind Michael Palmer.
Yeah, Baker is still 11 seconds behind Brian Neff, the leader currently, but that's going to be a long shot to catch to him unless Brian Neff runs out of fuel and David Gameforth runs out of fuel or something happens, because right now top 3 have not pitted. Larry Holloway's just going to try to hang in there as long as he can, I think.
Yes, he's just been passed by Joe Mitchell and he's about to be passed by Shane Papala. Oh, Papala hits him!
Oh!
Papala puts him in the wall. Is that going to bring out a caution? No, it's not.
Holloway's still moving. Holloway is still moving. Brian Neff is in the pits.
Oh, Brian Neff. He did a Stephen Wilson.
Oh man, Gabe Forrest's the only one left, but does he have the fuel though? I mean,
it remains to be seen, as he's still 6 seconds up the road from Adam Baker. Adam Baker, if Gameforth does not pit here, it's up to Adam Baker to close in on those 6 seconds. And David Gameforth, yeah, he's got older tyres, but he's got 2 laps fresher tyres than what Brian Neff had, so...
Yeah. And I'm looking real quick too on John Estes. He still hasn't pitted, and he's got the same amount of laps as what David Gameforth has.
Yeah, and Estes is in P16 right now. There he is in the number 72.
Gameforth stays out. We got a battle going on, Baker and Joe Mitchell. I think Gameforth's going to love this. Mitchell's looking on the inside, coming into turn 1.
Yes, we are 5 laps to go. Can they close down on David Gameforth? It's going to be difficult to see, as Mitchell and Baker going to fight it out for second place. Like you said, Gameforth is going to be loving this battle behind him, as Mitchell's not going to waste any time. He's going to dive to the inside of Baker. Mitchell been in control of the field all through this race. He's won the first 2 stages. So Mitchell on a charger, still side by side as they come out of the tunnel turn.
They're coming out of the tunnel turn, coming into turn 3 now. They're side by side. Joe Mitchell's now going to pass Adam Baker, and Joe Mitchell's going to do everything he can. It's pull away from Adam and go after David Gameforth, who's still 4.7 seconds gap.
David Gameforth still your leader, but they're on the same stretch now as the Gameforth goes into turn 1. I can only assume Mitchell and Baker are just going to hunt him down at this point.
I think so too. I think this is going to get interesting. If Gameforth can pull this off, oh my goodness. But the thing is, Mitchell's closing in too quick. Gameforth's just struggling with the tires. He's struggling with the car right now as he's sliding up the track. I mean, he's still got a 3.7 gap right now, maybe a 3.5. Still long track.
And speaking of people making a move, Keith Maiato, after that pit road mistake, is already up to P7.
Impressive. I mean, he's got a 4.3 second gap off of Kirk Davison. If he can... Oh! There's the race! What happened? What happened? Because that's the end of the race.
Jim Locking wrecked! That's going to hand the race! That's going to hand the race to David Gameforth!
Oh my gosh. What did we just witness?
I have no idea, but let's go back to Jim Locking and find out what happened.
Oh my gosh.
Jim Locking blew his engine.
Oh my.
His engine blew, and he was still above the yellow line as Ronnie Osmer came round, and that was going to bring out the caution.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
David Gameforth, if the wheels do not fall off this thing, David Gameforth's bringing it down pit road! No!
Oh, no. Don't tell. Oh no. Oh my. No. Don't tell me he did not have enough fuel to make it. No way.
Stephen Wilson, eat your heart out.
Oh my gosh. He just...
So that is going to hand the race to Joe Mitchell. Joe Mitchell going to take... I don't want to say it's an unlikely victory, but if Gameforth did not run out of fuel just then, he would have been the winner tonight.
Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, 6 seconds stop. It's got to be fuel. Oh man.
Heartbreak there for David Gameforth.
Two laps. Oh my. That. Oh, I was going crazy thinking this.
I would have said clutch it. Just clutch it.
Yeah. Oh man. I'd be shutting off the engine when it popped out caution. I'd already hit the turn off switch. Oh man. Gameforth's gonna fall all the way back to 15th now because of that. Oh man.
So yeah, Jim Locking blowing the engine there. That's what brought out the caution. David Gameforth gonna take a huge hit there, as he's actually been hit with a penalty for entering the closed pits as well.
Oh, and also I just noticed on the chat, Chris Simard had put up there. Remember a while back ago, someone accidentally kicked someone off a server by accident?
Oh no!
One of those little.
I'm sure Paul Zota will give him some provisionals for that. That's just unfortunate.
Yeah, it was Paul. Apparently, he was when Lupe made the mistake when we saw Lupe sliding and hit and not Gainsford. When Lupe had the mistake trying to avoid Ronnie Osmer and Lupe hit Simard, he ended up. They had a clear. Simard, of course, gets a black flag because of. Not the unsafe, but speeding in pits because he practically got launched. And when Zota went to try to clear it, he accidentally hit the remove.
Oh no! It's a simple mistake to make, and I've done it before. People I know have done it before. It's an easy mistake to make. As we're going to focus back in on our leader, Mr. Joe Mitchell. I'm going to be interested to see how he felt with that. With Gameforth going into pit road like he did, but yeah, Mitchell going to come through the tunnel turn on the final lap. The white flag is out. Oh, white and yellow flag are out.
Yeah. Oh my. I honestly feel bad for David Gameforth. He's dropped down to 18th now.
Just want to mention Keith Maiato, right?
Yep.
Dropped down to the back of the field after that mistake in pit road. Made his way back up to P6.
That ain't bad. Can't complain with that. Good recovery there.
It was literally knocking on the door of a top 5. But the man of the moment here tonight is going to sweep all 3 stages. Mr. Joe Mitchell coming towards the line. He is going to win it here at Pocono. And the Top City Travel 80 at Pocono. So Joe Mitchell, your winner. Adam Baker going to cross the line for 2nd. Shane Papala 3rd. Seth Hatchell 4th. Kurt Davidson 5th. Keith Mayato 6th. 7th is Jay Felton. 8th is Braden Johnson. 9th on his debut. A top 10 for him. It's Ronnie Osmer. And rounding out the top 10, Lupe Gonzalez.
Yeah, and then coming in 11th is Matthew Talbert. 12th is going to be Paul Cohen. 13th is going to be Jeff Glockner. 14th, Brian Neff. 15th is John Estes. 16th is Ron Hollyfield. 17th, Michael Palmer. And, I mean, heartbreak for David Gameforth after having to come into a pit and leading the race as the caution comes out. Going to end up finishing 18th. That's very heartbreaking there. 19th is going to be Larry Holloway. 20th is going to be Jim Locking.
Yeah, Jim Locking's still going to be classified as a race finisher as we were at over 90% distance and Joe Mitchell hits the wall.
Yeah, and the last 2 is going to be Mike, or actually the last 3 is going to be Mike Graney in 21st. Simmered accidental kick button by Paul Zoda is going to end up getting 22nd.
Let's not call him by name, just call him the race control.
Sorry, race control, my bad. I didn't mean to pick fun with you there, Paul. And then the only actual true retirement was the number 07 of Errol Marini Jr. in a very, very unfortunate accident.
Well, let's go to our interviews tonight as we're going to bring in our 3rd place finisher, Mr. Shane Papala. He's with me right now. Shane, 3rd place, but very unexpected right there at the end.
Yeah, lucky I was able to hold on to it, and saw Seth come with those fresh tires, and thank God the caution came out because I think he would have been the winner.
Yeah, I mean, you were in 4th place when the caution came out, but were you expecting David to go down pit road when he did?
No, I thought for sure he would be able to coast around those last 2 laps, but I'll take it. It's a nice top 3, so I can't really complain about it.
Absolutely, definitely nothing to complain about. But one incident I didn't want to pick up on just before the race ended. You had a bit of an incident there as you were coming to lap somebody. Just talk us through that. Yeah,
I saw him slow up ahead of us, and I knew I was going to catch him coming out of 2. It was like the worst possible spot to catch anybody. And I had the wheel cranked over the left. I couldn't avoid him and miss it, and I got into his left rear, so it was my fault for sure.
Well, Shane, definitely good to see you back in the top 3 again, especially after missing Charlotte last week. We definitely missed you there. But looking forward to next week's race. Are you going to be there, and what are your thoughts on that?
Yep, I should be there. Michigan's fun. Should be a good time again. You know, a lot of racing lanes to pick from. Get some options. Usually makes it pretty fun. A lot of side-by-side racing.
Absolutely, and well, Shane, congratulations on finishing on the podium here tonight. Anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's result?
Yeah, I'd like to thank everybody at SOMO Racing League, all the admins, Paul, the owner. The guys put on a great show. It's fun to race with everybody. My teammates at SK Motorsports helped me out during the race. We raced pretty good together. CoffeeandGlittermom.com for making custom tumblers, coming on board, sponsoring our car, and definitely got to thank my beautiful wife for letting me have my hobbies and having some fun.
Okay, Shane. Well, enjoy your 3rd place, and we will see you next week at Michigan.
All right, thanks, guys.
That was Shane Papala, our 3rd place finisher. Tyler, I believe you're with our 2nd place finisher, Mr. Adam Baker.
Yes, yes, most definitely. Adam, heck of a run. Awesome job coming back for making those big mistakes you had there earlier. How was the car for you, all in general?
It was pretty good. It was a little bit too tight for my liking, but I got used to it and made it work for me. And the strategy almost worked out there at the end. I put myself in position to try and get the win, and that's pretty much all you can ask for. And Joe was just wicked fast tonight, and he chased me down from like 4 seconds back with slightly fresher tires, but he was definitely the faster car tonight. So congrats on the win to him. But it was a fun race. It's always fun to try and make your way back up after making a mistake like that.
Yeah, most definitely, especially with the fight that you and Keith Mayada had. I mean, absolute, you guys are going heads and tails after each other. I mean, Keith Mayada would come on your inside on one lap. Next lap, you'd come after it. That was awesome fighting you guys had between each other, both you and Mayada. And then, do you guys have any sponsors as well you want to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you guys up there in the booth at BOFA Broadcasting for putting on these awesome races. I'd like to thank the admins and all the other drivers, for doing everything that they do. I'd like to thank the sponsor for the race, Top City Travel, and the sponsor for the league, Portside, Jaguar, and Land Rover. Also, my teammates at MB Motorsports, so that's Joe Mitchell, Seth Hatchell, and then Matt Talbert was here tonight. There's a couple other guys that didn't make it, but it was a good run for all of us. And like always, all the fans that came out and watched.
Absolutely. We'll definitely get you back to the rest of the guys. Awesome race, and congrats on the second place finish again.
All right, thank you.
And that was our second place finisher, Mr. Adam Baker. Joining me now in the booth is our race winner. Dominant performance tonight, Joe. Not expected to win, though. Before David pitted in, anyway.
Yeah, I knew that he was close. I didn't think he was going to run out. It was I was pretty frustrated when the caution came out because I thought he was going to be able to save some fuel there, but it just didn't work out.
Yeah, I mean, you were definitely chasing him down, both you and Adam Baker, but yeah, unfortunate for that caution to come out. I believe it was Jim Locking blowing his engine. That's what brought the caution out. But yeah, you and Adam were definitely closing him down. You were about a second a lap faster than him in the closing stages. That caution came out. We thought David Gameforth was going to win it, and then all of a sudden he just went into pit road. What were your thoughts on that one?
Thank God. That was about the only thing that went through my mind. I knew, because he was slowing down, that I was like, he's either shut it off and is trying to save, or he's out. And he ran out, I guess. So, lucky me.
Absolutely. And, well, Joe, I'm going to say a dominant performance tonight because you swept all three stages in this race. I'm guessing that car was pretty well hooked up for you tonight.
Yeah, I really didn't like the setup, to be honest. It didn't really feel all that responsive. I know that last run, it felt a little different. That was everything I had, trying to run Adam and David down. And I didn't think I was going to get to Adam, and I did. It looked like he made a couple mistakes, and I was able to get there. And, yeah, I don't know. It just worked out tonight. I got lucky, I think, for the win anyhow.
Speaking of lucky, let's go back to that when you won the second stage. You put some pretty hair-raising moves on people to win that stage. Talk us through that. Was that exciting for you as it was for us up here?
Yeah, I think I apologize to everybody that I made that move on, because I had a really good run through too, and I knew Chris was on 2 tires, so I did not want to line up behind him, and I just cut it low and prayed, and it worked out.
Yeah, just to say the least, you gave me a heart attack there when I saw that, because I was worried that was going to be the end of a lot of people doing races there right at that moment. I got really worried.
Well, Joe, looking ahead to Michigan, what are your thoughts on going to the Midwest there?
I'm really looking forward to it. I like that place. I usually run pretty well there, so hopefully we have another good run. Just try to get it up on the podium again next week.
Absolutely, and I'm sure you're going to be right up there. Well, Joe, congratulations again on the win tonight. Is anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's result?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you guys up in the booth at BOFA Broadcasting, Paul, all the guys at SOMO that make it happen. It's a great group of guys. The sponsors, Top City Travel, my teammates at MB Motorsports, and my wife and son.
Okay, Joe. Well, we're going to let you celebrate your win, and we will see you next week at Michigan.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. You guys have a good night.
And you too. Well, that was our race winner, Joe Mitchell. Tyler, what are your thoughts on tonight's race?
Absolute heart attack mode for me, to say the least. But holy moly, that was some awesome racing. I can't say anything more. Just the way some of the battles were going on. Oh man, 3 wide a few times that I honestly thought should have been, without a doubt, easy wrecks. I mean, those guys, they were running the taillights out of the cars. I was enjoying it.
Yeah, and they were definitely putting some moves on each other. Just want to give a quick shout out to Ronnie Osmer. Definitely putting a good performance in tonight despite having a damaged car. Coming home with the top 10 on his debut, so I'm guessing he's not going to be too complacent about that.
No, especially when there was a few mistakes that really hurt him. But, I mean, coming back and being able to finish 9th, that's a really good finish after all the struggles he had. I mean, I know when I was running with him earlier, they said a lot of the drivers were saying the cars were very tight. So, I mean, it was a struggle for sure.
Absolutely. Well, that is going to do it here tonight. Let's go through our results for tonight's race. Before I do that, let's just switch. 1 second now. Hold on. There it is. Now, let's go through our results. Coming home with the win, Joe Mitchell. 2nd was Adam Baker. Running out the top 3 was Shane Papala. 4th was Seth Hatchell. 5th was Kurt Davidson. 6th, after making a mistake in pit road and just driving the wheels off his car, was Keith Mayato. 7th was Jay Felton. 8th was Braden Johnson. 9th on his debut was Ronnie Osman. Running out the top 10 was Mr. Lupe Gonzalez. Tyler.
And coming in 11th is going to be Matthew Talbert. 12th place is going to go to Paul Cohen. 13th, Jeff Glockner. Brian Neff, after an up and down race for him, he's going to finish in 14th. John Estes coming in 15th. Ron Hollyfield 16th. Michael Palmer 17th. The heartbreak for David Gainforth. I hate saying it a lot, but that was an absolute heartbreak, having a caution come out and finish it. Really could have easily have had the win and just not having enough fuel. 19th is going to be Larry Holloway, the first car lap down. 20th is going to be Jim Locking.
Coming home in 21st. 4 laps down was Mike Grandy. 22nd, after a mistake by race control, was Chris Simard. 23rd, Alan Mulrooney Jr. 24th and 25th, but not starting the race, was Jay Dubuque and Tom Clayton, and the official was running the race, so he didn't take part in the race at all. Anyway, that is going to do it for tonight. Before we go, let's give a shout out to some of our sponsors here tonight. Just want to give a shout out to Top City Travel. If you want a decent vacation, then please visit Top City Travel. They will get you a decent deal at topcitytravel.com. Also want to give a shout out to United Real Estate. If you're looking to buy a home or if you're looking to sell, then go to United Real Estate. They will get you a decent offer for your next forever home. If you want a decently designed beaker or cup for your barbecue or any sort of summer party, then go to Coffee and Glitter Mum. They will sort you out at www.facebook.com/Coffee and Glitter Mum. Want to give a shout out to PZ Overlays. If you want to overlay like the one you saw on tonight's broadcast, then go to then give Paul Soter a shout. That's PZ Overlays. You'll find them on Facebook. And finally, just want to give a shout out to and give our support to PH Aware, pulmonary hypertension, one of the most difficult to diagnose diseases in the medical profession. If you want to find out, if you want more information, if you want to throw out a donation, then please do not hesitate to go to phaware.global. Well, that is going to do it here tonight at Pocono. Definitely an entertaining race tonight. But one man coming home with a win despite everything that happened. Coming home with a win, we thought it was going to be David Gainforth, but definitely unfortunate for him running out of fuel just as the caution came out. Joe Mitchell obviously dominating all 3 stages, bringing home the win. Next week we go to Michigan, but we do have 2 more visits to Pocono here on both broadcasting, so stay tuned for those. Tomorrow night we have the Go Fast Racing League. They are at Pocono as well. in the Xfinity cars. And then Saturday, we're back with the Major League Esports Series, which Tyler runs in. And they will be at Pocono 2 in the K&N cars.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I gotta work on the car a little more, but boy, knowing how the K&N cars are gonna act, oh boy, that's gonna be a wild one, to say the least.
Absolutely. As Saturday night, yeah, that's going to be Major League Esports. Sunday night we're off. Monday night we're back with the Paskey's Cardiac Truck Series. Tuesday night we're off, and Wednesday night we're back with Top Fuel Racing now at Iowa. Going to be a good to see them back, especially after the Indy 500. But that's going to do it for us tonight. All that's left for me to say is keep it clean, keep it green, and we will see you next week. Well, we'll see you tomorrow night back here at Pocono with Go Fast Racing.